What's up, guys? How y'all doing today? Welcome in to the finale, part 2 of Wild Beyond the Witchlights. Not ready for this? Nobody is. We really had to hype ourselves up pre being on screen here. But we're going to really just get right to this because this has been a long time coming. We're all excited. We're all sad. It's a lot of emotions. We're going to remind you guys who we are, who we're playing for the last time. Well, no, for the last time. We'll do it at the end as well. But don't start crying. I'm going to start crying too. It'll be fine. Y'all, I'm Vincent Page. Today I'm playing Liam, Tiefling Bard, who might be in trouble here in just a second, but we're going to see what happens.
Yeah, and I'll be Ace. I'll be the DM for one last go around in this campaign tonight.
Yes, that's you, bub. Catman isn't here.
Oh, yeah, we're missing one. I'm Jason, playing Oswald Holloway, your order cleric for the last time.
Stop it, people.
It really helps that we can all add for the last time at the end just to really build it on. And the fact that Jonathan's last, who already had his last time, just really makes it better.
Oh, Jesus. I'm Kaylin. Oh, Kaylin's hurting. My name's Lady Stuff. I'm playing Kaylin, your Kalishtar for now, Circle of Stars Druid. For not the last time, because she will live on in my fan fiction that I will continue to write.
That's right. Come on.
Yeah, I'm Skynet. I have been playing Tyr Firefist, who tragically gave his life to save everybody in the previous episode. This will be the last time that I get to relive any of his moments.
Good Lord. All right. Well, and just one last thing before we do our recap. Big shout out to Foxy, who could unfortunately not join us for the final couple episodes for this. But yeah, Elfie, he played Elfie, the changeling warlock who ended up being a lion. And we're sad to not have him with us tonight, but it was very awesome having him with us along for the journey. And we'll turn it over to you, Bob. It's all you.
All right. So, I think really the general summary that we need is that, Liam did a thing and everybody's real mad that he did a thing. It's just really all that it comes down to. But no, so last time we did explore a little bit of the rest of the castle. The players kind of worked their way through a lot of what I'm going to say is the restricted parts of the castle, the parts that a lot of people don't get to see. And through those parts, they uncovered a lot about who I am now going to openly refer to as Natasha, aka Zabilna, the one who made Prismir, the one who rules this land, the one who they just set free. But they learned a lot about her and a lot of the things that she has endured, a lot of the things that she has just gone through, a lot of the changes she has made to be here now. A lot of that stuff kind of culminated to the final point where they set her free. They were able to get the unicorn's horn. They uncovered her name. They set her free. And in turn, she has a lot of things that she now needs to set right. But she offered up one wish to the party. A single wish is what she could muster after she does everything that she needs to set her kingdom right. In that moment, without any hesitation, without asking anybody's permission, our very own Liam stepped up, silenced the rest of his party, and he spoke to Natasha directly. And that is where we left off. And I think we're going to actually rejoin the party immediately after the silence fades. So there is a lapse where a few of our members don't know what was said. And I think Natasha just kind of knowingly looks at Liam and says, well, If that is the wish, it will take me a few moments to prepare, but understood. And she turns to her cauldron and starts immediately preparing some pretty wealthy spell. I mean, you can tell there's a lot of power in this. This isn't like oh hey, let me prestidigitate some dirt away. This is some altering stuff.
Has the silence come down yet, or is it still up?
Yes.
I think you're going to see a look of great concern in Kaylin's eyes, a fear that her husband, that she loves so dearly, has done something very dramatic and has perhaps. Yeah, imagine. Has done something to make himself perhaps a bit of a to enact that hero that need to be a hero, and she's very afraid, and so she's going to try and beseech Tasha, and so she is just going to kind of quietly at first, a little bit timidly, but again with like this fear behind her eyes, try to start pleading, and she's going to say, I know who you are. I know what you've done. I know what you are capable of in the most glorious ways. And I know what you could be, because I've seen what love can do to change a person. I've felt what real friendship is. I've held hands with those who trusted me, danced beneath stars with them. I've watched my friends laugh, even though I've been in the darkest of places. And I worry that maybe you don't remember that, what it feels like. Your past is this mosaic of demonic pacts and dark magic and retribution and manipulation and the need for conquest. And I mean, you authored the Demonomicon. You've ruled the lower planes. You've become known as one of the most feared and revered, brilliant spellcasters of this age. And yet I fear that maybe some part of you still longs to be loved, to be... I've seen glimpses. I've seen the murals in your castle here of demons, and I know of your love with Gratz, I think. Gratz was his name. It was real in a way, but it was a corrupted love. It was corrupted by ambition and pride, and I think that's why you created Sibilna, trying to start over after all that went to, well, not hell, but the abyss. You wanted a version of yourself that could be gentle, not this sharp-edged lust for a demon lord, not masked by the manipulation that Igwilf sowed, none of that, not the rough edges, but something fragile but real, and somebody that other people would love. And maybe Prismere was your sanctuary, or at least you hoped it would be a place where someone like you could be seen and be loved and truly loved rather than feared. I think that's what you wanted. You wanted love, but you were betrayed again. In this place that you created that was supposed to be a sanctuary, you were betrayed by your sisters, of all people. Women who you entrusted to be part of your court. You had brought them here to be your advisors. You had brought them to help rule alongside you. You didn't expect them to then use that position of power to betray you. And you brought that war with you, even though you didn't mean to, and even though you didn't want to. You let them in, not because it was foolish of you, but because part of you maybe still believed that you deserved to be hurt. Maybe it's this cycle where you think you deserve to be betrayed, and so you let people who will betray you be closest beside you, because somewhere deep down, you don't think you deserve peace, and you don't think you deserve love unless it's poisoned. And I get that. I really get that. Because the truth is, when I came here, I thought I would die here. I didn't even think it would be a heroic death, but I don't think anybody would really care. And then I spent so long thinking I was broken and that without my quarry, I was just half a soul, and that silence was all I deserved. Silence and loneliness. And then I found something here. Someone really beautiful, who sometimes pisses me the fuck off. She's gonna look at Liam. But he didn't ask me to change. He held me, he chose me. He knew me, he saw me in darkness. And these friends too, these people who saw me do erratic things that seemed absolutely irrational, and why would anybody do that? And they still cared for me, they still stuck up for me. Tyr died to help this cause, but he literally carried me through muck and mud and across the threshold into this realm in the first place. I was known for the first time, and I have finally learned the name of my core is Tosh. And how beautiful it is, because I think that Tosh feels the same way about you that for some weird reason Liam seems to feel about me. He found you, or you found him, I'm really not sure which one, in the darkness of that golden frog after he was ripped from me as a price to pay for a flagrant act of trying to get into a circus or carnival for free, not knowing the price I really paid for it. And for years, he was alone, or you were alone too, or I don't know how it worked. I don't know how you found each other, but what I can say for sure is the love that he feels for you. Because when I saw your face for the first time, that love that he has for you, I felt it. I really, really felt it. And I think that in that time with you, he's seen every color and every version of you, and he knows what you've done. He knows, but he doesn't want to turn away. I can feel, all Quarry have always wanted to return to a body of their own, but I can feel deep inside that he wants to be by your side. And that, I don't know. All I know is that this love that I have with Liam, when I felt lost and unpredictable and erratic, he stood by me. He stood by me through all of my crazy behavior. Sorry, dead word. And it wasn't because there was anything I could offer him, because unlike you and your power, I didn't have anything to offer, but I was erratic and I was capable of dark tendencies. And he saw that, and he still loved me. And I think that's the kind of love that Tosh has for you. Not like romantic, because I don't know what a romantic or sexual relationship would look like if you've been a disembodied spirit for a millennia or so, but I think a true deep love of a soul to another soul. I think that's the kind of love he has for you. It's a kind that doesn't flinch when you're monstrous or when you do things that might ruin your friends' dreams and wishes and crush them and lash out when they make mistakes. It sees ruins, but it still wants to build a home with you. So please, I beg of you, I don't know if I could live without Liam, and I don't know. I know that we've only been granted one wish, but please break this cycle. You don't have to keep proving that you're stronger than your past. You don't have to wear your power like armor and call it love. You don't have to hurt first, just so no one can hurt you later. You can be loved. You can break this wheel by just letting go of all of it. Let go of the Igwilv and Tasha, this woman who learned love through cruelty and power through pain. You created Prismeer because you wanted peace. And I know I don't get a wish, but if I had one, it could be that you could live in peace and know that you are loved by someone that you can be more than what you feared about yourself. That maybe by walking in some ways behind my eyes on this journey that you've seen that I too have found that being loved and seen and known for who you are it writes a new story. And let that old story of yours exist and be what it was. You can never erase your past, but you can write a new one. And I think you have so many people who love you in this realm. We traveled all around it. And for all the chaos that your sister sowed, gods, there was so much love for you and respect and admiration. You can break the cycle. You can be who you want to be. I beg that you release my husband from whatever it is that seems to want to take his life. And Caitlin's just kind of like collapse at her feet and like clasp her palms together and just, I'll do anything.
Yeah, and I think in that moment, the rest of you, I don't think Kaylin's going to be at an angle where she would see it anymore. But for the rest of you in that moment, you watch as Tasha holds out her hand and a book appears. And this is a book that each and every one of you have seen now to this point.
Oh, no.
You recognize this black book as the one and only Demonomicon.
Oh, no.
And given your experience, I think there's a moment of awe as she wields this book, not in fear, not in like a tome of power, but like literally like a research book as she thumbs through the pages, fully in control, as if she's done this countless times and is absolutely unaffected by the power that you all know this book absolutely carries.
Yeah, it was real bad.
And she looks up and she kind of steps over in front of Kaylin and she lets out a sigh and she just says, "Be still, my child. This is going to be tough." As she puts a hand on Kaylin's shoulder, and the rest of you watch immediately as Kaylin falls backwards, hits the ground like a bag of rocks, falls flat to the ground. And not only does she hit the ground, but almost in the same minute, you all watch the Kaylin you know fading before your very eyes. You watch the color from her hair fade away. You watch the sparkles on her skin dissipate. Everything that sets her apart begins to immediately, as if it's being stolen from her, is just absolutely vacuumed away as Tasha turns back to her cauldron and is now like fingering through one of the passages in this book, kind of murmuring to herself.
What did you do? Oz is gonna kneel down and check on Kaylin.
Yeah, and I think in this moment, Kaylin is cold, like almost as if there's just no energy left in her. Like she is just almost, I would argue, soulless. Like there's just nothing there.
Is she still alive?
Yeah, I mean, I think medically, if you were to check her, I mean, she has a heartbeat, she's breathing, but it's like there's nobody home.
Oz is gonna look at Liam. What did you tell her to do?
This isn't what I wished for at all.
What did you wish for?
Oz, I'm sorry. I would have never done anything to hurt any of you, but I had to take this wish. For her. All I
What was
wanted
it?
I just wanted all of her burdens to go away. And that's what I said. I wish that they would all go away. And if there's any one person I've ever met in my life that deserved to have the peace that she just talked about, it was her. So what's going on? Why is she like this now?
Yeah, and I think as you guys kind of sit and are distraught, pondering, it's in that moment you notice the surge of this electric, almost dark energy that now forms above this cauldron. This starts off as kind of just a small moat, but grows, and it starts to swirl and rotate as you watch this almost gateway that is forced open as she continues to read this incantation. And eventually, stepping out of this incantation is, I'm not going to say short, but I'm going to say, maybe 5-foot-ish figure. Think young adult kind of figure. And I think for the rest of you, as you take some time to actually look at this figure, I feel like each of you are probably going to lock on to different factors of this being. I think Liam, you specifically notice it looks maybe like a tiefling, but not like a tiefling you've ever seen before. Similar body composition, similar, makeup, but it's not red, pink, not any color like that. But this is more of like a blue, maybe, kind of a purple-ish. In fact, I think the more you look at it, you recognize that color and just can't quite put your finger on why you recognize that color. Oz, I think you look, and the thing you notice is this figure, while young in complexion, has this kind of, juvenile beard, if you will, that has like a partial braid in it, a braid that you would almost immediately identify as almost identical to that of Tears. And in fact, I think as you really look at it, you recognize that the garb this individual's wearing, while it's not identical, man, is it really similar. It's like if, Tyr was the fashion icon, man, this guy was right behind him. And then I think the both of you notice this kind of glowing aura, this kind of radiating, almost maybe angelic presence that is coming from this figure as the doorway behind them closes. And I think in that moment, Tasha walks up and places her hand on this individual's shoulder and says, "It's not exactly what I had envisioned, but I think it'll work. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself and maybe do her one last favor?" And this individual looks up, and that's when it clicks. When he looks up to make eye contact with Liam, this color that you're seeing, this recognizable glow, this aura this individual carries, man, that is the same color you've seen so many times in the stars on Kaylin's cheeks. It is that exact same aura that she has radiated time and time again. As this individual walks over and he kneels down, and you can see what looks like some kind of transfer of magic. You're not really sure in depth what it is, but he kind of kneels down and puts a hand on her shoulder, and he smiles. And in that moment, I think Kaylin kind of gasps back to life as she's almost as if she was aware, but from watching this from a different perspective as she pieces things together. And he kind of smiles and chuckles as he looks at Kaylin and says, "Don't be alarmed. I'm sure you're not used to seeing me like this, as he stands and turns to all of you and says, in fact, this is the first time many of you have seen me. I'm Tosh. It's nice to meet you.
I think Kaylin is just immediately tears. Tosh. God, how bittersweet it feels to finally know your name here at the end of what feels like all things, our time together.
And I think he smiles and extends a hand to kind of help you to your feet and looks to you and goes, maybe an end for now, but what's an end if not for a new beginning?
Wiser than me as always. You really were the smartest part of me. But I do know that I never needed your name to know you, having carried your soul with mine for so long, and you having carried mine through so many storms, and even through the silence, there was always a pull to you, a pull with us, between us, in the darkness. But God, you finally, you have your this. She's just gonna feel like, I mean, your own body. I mean, this was the dream, right? You always deserved this, to not just be a voice caged in my bones. You deserve to walk free where you will, to choose your own fate instead of having to echo mine. You have always deserved this. And I know when your people fled Dalcor, they searched for a refuge, struck a compromise with some monks who were like, sure, come on in, let's share a body for a while. But it was never really what you would want. And God, she's just gonna give him the biggest hug to say, are you really real? And start like patting him.
Yeah, and I think for the first moment, he's like immediately returning the affection. And then I think a moment sets in and you can kind of realize he's holding something back. And I think that's when Natasha steps up and she kind of lets out a sigh as she snaps the book closed and it disappears. And she looks to Kaylin and she goes, I'm sorry, there's only so much anyone can do. And in order to set him free, to allow him to be on his own journey, and thus you your own, I couldn't exactly separate everything. And I think it's in this moment that Kaylin will realize the powers you once were familiar with are probably not the same. And in fact, I think you realize that you yourself are probably not entirely the same.
Yeah, I think Kaylin's gonna look on her hands and seem a bit disoriented. There's normally kind of these like little celestial trails that kind of come off when she wants them to. And she doesn't see that glow. And she's gonna look up to Liam and try to tap in like she has so many times before, and just hear silence.
And I think in that kind of following moment, you can look forward as you see Tosh mimic that same movement, as you can see those same wisps from him as he looks at you, and you can just hear in your head, I'm so sorry.
Don't be sorry. Oh, you are my oldest friend, the dearest part of me, other than Liam. I am so eternally happy for you. I would give this up 1,000-fold if it meant that you got the life that you deserve. I would gladly give up everything. if it means that you get to walk free like you deserve. So go. Go be infinite with the stars, even if it means that I must be finite. I am so glad that you are finally free, my dearest friend. And she's just gonna go in for one big hug again.
Yeah, and I think he just immediately is right there. I mean, he's immediately hugging you back, and you can tell he's struggling. You know, this is a lot for him as it is you, and as much as he believes what you're saying, I mean, you can't spend that much time that closely with somebody and not have that same kind of feeling. And I think after a moment passes, Natasha will approach and kind of look to all of you, and she goes, well, the hard part's over. But as she looks to Liam specifically, she goes, we're certainly not done. When you're ready, if you all would join me upstairs, we still have many things to tend to.
Of course. I do just want to say that our dear friend Tyr has fallen, and I know you have many things to tend to. We do want to also tend to him.
And I think she kind of smiled, and she kind of gestures to all of you, and she goes, the thing is, no true friend is ever forgotten until their name is spoken for the last time. And she leads all of you up to her cauldron. And again, she kind of focuses her energy into the cauldron for a moment. And in this moment, I'm actually going to turn it over to Skynet as she shows something to all of the players.
So at this point, you see Tyr enter into Valhalla. So he's going to talk for a little bit, but he's going to say, by the gods. So this is it. The golden halls of the worthy. I've heard tales all my life. Warriors feasting under banners of flame and thunder. But no bard's song, no tavern tale, no dream could have ever foretold this. Look at it. The sky itself burns with glory. The air hums like the clash of steel echoing from every battle ever fought. And those doors carved from the bones of giants, gilded with the lights of 10,000 dawns. Every step I take, I hear the ground sing my name, Tyr Firefist. The fool who charged the hags, who defied the Jabberwocky, who thought he'd be forgotten. Yet here, even the wind remembers me. As I walk in the longhouse, there they are. The heroes of old nod to me. Me. They make room at the table, as if I belong with them. No more nights shivering in the mud. No more blood on my hands. Only song and steel. And when the horn sounds, we'll ride again together. I've fought my last fight in the mortal world, but here begins my eternal war. Raise your cups, brothers and sisters. Tyr Firefist has come home.
Firefist, Firefist. Feel his rage and his flame.
And I think in that fading moment, Natasha turns to you guys and goes, he may not be here now, but I truthfully believe he'll never be far from any of you at any given point.
I think Kaylin's going to turn around and kind of for the first time put together his beard, Tasha's beard, and be like, nice.
As he kind of like subtly like strokes it with this like sly grin, like, I thought so.
Thank you. She's going to turn to Natasha and I don't think you look like the hugging type, but I would absolutely give you a hug if I thought you were, or if I thought I was anywhere near the domain of ability to do so.
She kind of chuckles and she goes, there's be time for that later. In the meantime, you've all had quite the journey. You all deserve far more than what I can offer in the terms of a rest, but I can at the very least offer you some food and rest before you embark on whatever you choose as your next path. But at the very least, I would like to facilitate each of you in getting there. When you're ready, I have a room prepared upstairs.
That sounds awesome. One thing, and Kaylin's going to go over to Liam and look him dead in the eyes and say, next time, can we chat before we make major life decisions?
I have words if you'd hear them.
I have one word for you too. And then she's going to go in for a kiss and cast a 4th level healing word for 24 points of restoration, just to make sure he feels his best.
Oh,
Let me see if my D&D Beyond's actually working now.
Oh, great.
Yeah, that'll do it. Yeah. So obviously reciprocates that fully, but whenever she pulls away, it wasn't my intention to not confer with you. I just, and I mean this in the kindest way possible. I know how you can be, and I thought that this was my only chance to truly free you. You say that Tosh deserves this. I think that you deserve it just as equally. You deserve to live your life on your terms and not be worried about what somebody else in your head wants. The only thing that I've seen since you've got here is that you've cared for others. And you talk about how I've loved you for who you are. Look at me, the devil man, damned to rest eternity in the abyss. You chose to love me after everything. You deserve to have your burdens lifted more than anybody I know. And again, Oz, I'm sorry. I should have let you guys know, but it's the only thing I thought was right.
No, you don't have to apologize to me. You just gotta work it out with her.
You're on your own, pal. Well, thanks. Appreciate it. I was looking for some
I
backup.
just married you. What happens after that?
But Oz will go and clap Liam on the shoulder and cast heroism on him, just in case.
Oh,
Which mechanically will do nothing, but
yeah. In case Kaylin beat them to shit.
Damn it, it's the thought that counts.
Exactly. I think Kaylin is gonna just give a small nod of acknowledgement of the fact that Kaylin is a bit. She knows herself to be a bit erratic and a bit, sometimes isn't the best at saying the right thing at the right time. It's kind of how you got eaten by the hag in the first place. And just laugh at the truth of it, but also the sincerity of it. And then I think she's going to turn to Oz and say, Oz, I am so sorry that you didn't get whatever wish. I'm sure after all of this that you had a wish, a dream that you hoped she might help you achieve.
my wish is nothing grand and can definitely still happen. I'll have to talk to her about it.
Okay. Of course, you've got the small wish. I'm over here wishing for, an entirely different body. Yours is probably like, I just don't want
Well, I could
well, I guess
loan you
not-
this one if you need it, but I don't know. It's getting kind of old.
Are you telling me you're going to remove your mortal coil very soon? Because right now is not, I'm having a hard time with losing people. And, I need you to your soul can stay intact in your body. That would really make my day. I got to be honest.
Not planning on it. Just putting it
Okay,
out
great.
there.
I appreciate that heroism and stuff, but you know what? Maybe you keep a little for yourself and you keep it together, okay?
That's the plan.
Okay, great. She's gonna like hug onto Liam, like this world is so this life we live is so short. Well, I think the lady in charge said we needed to go see something, so I think we probably shouldn't keep her waiting because she seems like a very important person, and yeah, we should we should do what she says. Oh,
After you.
Okay, real quick. Should we put? I mean, oh shit! What about Elfie? We left Elfie with Tyr's body. Where's Elfie?
oh. I mean, she said we. I think she is.
Let's go.
Caitlin is probably gonna look to Tasha to be like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah, and she again, kind of this time, like less confidently. She goes, she again turns to the cauldron in front of her, and she goes, this one I wish I could offer you more. Unfortunately, I can only show you the last few seconds of which I was able to see him. And she again gestures towards her cauldron, and those of you that watch, you can see a final moment where Elfie, leaned up against Tyr's body, reaches into his pocket. And unfortunately, as you guys are watching this vision, this isn't, CCTV, you don't get audio, but you see him holding up the hand mirror that all of you immediately recognize. You can see him actively having a conversation. You can see a single tear start to roll down his cheek. And in that moment, you watch as his body emanates this kind of white, blue aura and then goes away. And in that moment, the hand that was holding the mirror, you can kind of see the mirror then hold that aura for a moment as it falls to the ground and breaks. But what you can gather is while you don't know where he is, and seemingly at this moment, neither does Natasha, but what those of you know is he's at the very least with his mother in the mirror. Wherever that place is hard to say, but he clearly made a choice, and it seems his hand was forced, but he made a choice that he was confident in.
Yeah. I'm so glad he was able to go with her. I know it was difficult, and there was so much that changed at the end. I hope they have the most beautiful ending. They deserve that.
And I think Natasha kind of puts her hand to your shoulder as she walks by you. She goes, I can't find him, but at the very least, I can assure you, he's still out there. I can still sense that. And she kind of walks forward a little ways up to the northern kind of open doorway here as she clearly casts some kind of magic that seemingly is some kind of bridge similar to that of like a dimension door or something of that nature, but clearly manifested for her castle specifically, as you can look through it and immediately see what appears to be one of the lion doors unopened as she steps through and turns back to you all and says, when you're all ready.
Damn it, we didn't even get to half the castle. Man. We really spent a lot of time doing other stuff, didn't we? How many days has it been? Jeez. Time's real funny here. Well, I mean, will Tyr's body come with us if we go that way?
Where? Where are you going?
Strange lady says go through. I believe her. I told you my quarry was half my wisdom.
Well, wherever it goes, we'll go together. One
All right,
last
Sora,
time.
calm down.
Shut up. you let me have my moment. We'll go together. I even delivered it like that. I didn't even mean to. That's how ingrained that was into me. That's like one of the best moments. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We're playing D&D. Anyway, focus. Come on, Riku. We gotta go.
Okay.
Never live in that.
I mean, is this it? This isn't like, I don't need to like say goodbye to him, right? Like we go together, all of us.
And you can see Natasha on the other side as she shakes her head and she goes, "Nobody needs to say goodbye. It'll be up to you where each of you go. Again, I would, at the very least, like to facilitate each of you getting there. That's the least I can do for all you've done for me."
Well, shit. But, and I think she's gonna look, Oz, you have a couple options of where you could go.
I do. I know what I'm doing. Well, suppose I have a favor to ask first. Well, like I said, nothing grand. I think you all knew I was on the path to retirement before this last grand adventure. And so I'd only ask the lady's blessing to remain here in these lands. I saw a spot here that made me smile when we were passing through a while back. You can still hear the laughter through the trees.
She kind of shakes her head with a smile and she goes, "That is no favor to even ask. It's yours so long as you'll have it."
I'd love to. Love to build a cabin there.
I mean, if this is it, I don't want to hold you up, but I mean, when I was a bit more insightful and had a few chances to get inside of Tyr's head, I do remember him talking about wanting to go out, with a name like Fire Fist, how else can you go out other than in a mode of fire? Tasha, I don't mean to impose. You've done so much for us already. Would it be okay with you if we spent a little time to honor our fallen friend with a proper funeral pyre?
And I think before she can answer, I think Tosh specifically steps in and kind of gives you a knowing nod, and we'll get it taken care of.
Okay. Well, I know you probably heard it rehearsing in my head because I sang it in my head a few times, but I wrote a song for this because, being married to a bard, you kind of come up with a few ideas. If you just make sure, I mean, you don't have to sing it. Maybe you can well, I guess he's dead, so you can't really telepath it to his brain anymore. But I don't know. Do they have speakers here or something? Maybe you can telepathically speaker it on a loud system or something. I don't know. I put way too much thought into how he would die. I just had this weird feeling. I guess you gave me my gut feelings. I don't have any of those right now. Oh man, this is really kind of calm. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Tosh. For everything. You've been remarkable. And I will miss you so much. I know that they call Kalishtar who lose their quarry shattered. And I lived so much of my life feeling that way, feeling like I didn't know how I could go on with half of me missing. I'm just going to look to Liam and hold his hand and just say, thank you for reminding me that you can love someone and they can be a huge piece of you. And even if you lose them, that you can still go on. And I really, really hope that you get to do all the things that for centuries you haven't been able to. I really do.
And I think he kind of moves in to hug you for a moment, and he goes, "Listen, I need you to know one absolutely important thing. I got some things that I got to do, but when it's done, I'm going to come find you guys. I'm going to tell you about it."
I love that. I think we're going to start a bakery. So maybe look for one, I don't know, Liam, what do you want to call it? Something he can find on, Eberron Eats.
I don't know what that is.
It's like our app that we use for finding food on Eberron.
Okay.
You don't have that on Toril? I think Toril has Toril toast, don't they?
Just when you thought things had really changed, they really haven't, have they?
Still married to me, buddy. Sorry.
Well, you know what? I think that this whole thing has been a dream come true.
Dream come true.
It's like when they say the name of a movie in the movie. You know what I mean?
All right. Well, if you ever, once you're done with your stuff, just come look us up. I doubt there's another dream come true on Eberron, because who would be stupid enough to come up with it?
I resemble that remark.
And he kind of gives you a knowing smile as he turns and he kind of walks through this dimension doors. You guys see him walk off to the side, and I think, like, as you are talking amongst yourselves, you do watch him walk back inside and open these lion doors. And in doing so, he's kind of cradling Tyr's body, as you can tell. He's absolutely going to do exactly as he promised, to prepare a proper pyre for him.
Amazing.
I guess this is it then.
Where are you guys going?
That's easy for me. Wherever she goes. But listen, it's been one of the greatest honors of my life getting to know you, Oz, and I really appreciate everything you've done. And I think he's going to kind of like shift a little bit, like he kind of wants to come in for a hug, but he's like a little awkward about it.
Yeah, Oz just full hug. Yeah, big squeeze. That's been great knowing you. Yeah, it's been a pleasure. I wish you the best of luck, and wish you two the best of luck together. You are amazing and have showed me so much.
I don't know exactly what Eberron is, but you can best believe they're going to hear a song about you.
I don't think I'll be singing about you, but I really appreciate it.
Oh, you just enjoy retirement, buddy.
That's the plan. Leave the singing to you. And Oz will turn to Kaylin and go in for a hug as well.
Big giant hug.
And say, I guess, address both of them. Say, I just have to say, you showed me that order and structure are not the only things that keep us strong. You taught me to embrace a little chaos. To see that love and devotion, as messy as they are, can hold the person upright better than discipline alone ever could. So enjoy your peace, but never stop embracing that chaos.
I don't think I have a choice. And Kayla's just gonna go in for the biggest hug and say, I don't know. Could you maybe like write a book and then make sure you send it through like the ethereal net so that way it reaches Eberron about 10 steps to be a little bit more ordered in your life? Because sometimes I think I'm still learning.
Well, I don't know. I didn't have that on my agenda, but I think I've got some time on my hands. So we'll see what I can do.
I mean, I don't mean to like give you more to do. You're retired. You should do what you want. But I hear a lot of retirees enjoy writing.
Like I said, I've got some time.
Oh God.
Write some thoughts down.
Okay. Or don't. It's up to you. It's really your retirement.
Jesus Christ. You take away your Corey, she turns straight up into Jester. It's so good. You're just missing that. I don't even know what the accent is. That's all you're missing.
Yeah, I can't do the Slavic accent that she does.
That's what it is.
I'm just
Slavic.
proud of myself for not doing Tav's accent today.
Right. We're doing great so far. And nobody's Brooklyn yet. Nobody's really went
Nobody's
that.
Brooklyn accent yet, exactly.
Oh, you think?
You're
Even though I can't do a Brooklyn accent.
Oh, no, that was not Brooklyn. I'm walking here.
I'm dying
Look
here.
me up and see every number on.
God.
I think she is gonna say, I mean, it's my understanding that I think it's once every, was it 8 years or 10 years or something that the carnival comes back around every once in a while. If I think I might be able to convince this one to come along with me and this time pay the proper price for that carnival ticket. It'd be nice to meet up with you every 8 years or so.
I don't know how to get back to that carnival, but come and visit anytime. I'll be nearby.
Okay. Kalen's gonna take a giant deep breath, turn around, kind of scan the whole room, just trying to take in every bit of what's happened, catalog in her mind, the people that she got to meet along the way, remember as many little details about this moment as she can, and then turn to Liam and say, okay, you have one chance to turn around. I mean, there is a reverse policy. I mean, it was really nice to have that little extra boost to our staunchiness, or I don't know what we call it when you have a little bit more bulk before a fight. The things that the Oz gave us by marrying us a few hours ago. It's not too late to say I changed my mind.
He's going to pat his pockets. Ah, darn, I lost the receipt, so I guess you're stuck with me.
Fair enough. Liam divorces it again.
we still got an epilogue. Don't worry about it.
We got the epilogue. That's right. The epilogue cuts to us on our third wife and husband.
Arguing over custody. It's real great.
Exactly. Yeah. Who's picking up the kids today? Anyway, sorry. This is not the story. Okay. I'm ready. Wait, one last thing. Oz, what's your favorite pastry?
Oh, man, a spot like that. How about a
Probably something
Napoleon?
boring, right? Like a plain
I guess
croissant?
that would.
An unsalted cracker. Oh God.
Oh no, I've got an idea. Maybe we can do Papa Oz's puff pastries. Kind of boring on the outside, but filled with goodness.
We'll work it out. And then he's gonna start working. We got time.
Oh, yeah, he's Donut Daddy. Oh, or how about Donut Daddy? Oh.
Listen, there's tears, Bob. It's got to really put some laughing in there too.
I need you to hush. I'm not crying, all right? Kayla can't end without chaos, okay? It's just kind of in nature.
Well, the beauty of it is this isn't the end just yet.
Oh my God.
As you guys step through that gateway, Natasha opens a door into what is seemingly an empty room. Inside this room, there are but a few things. On the far side, there is a full-size mirror that is just immaculate. It has like these kind of vines and roses kind of etched into it all the way around, that's hung on the far side of the wall. That is clearly just radiating some kind of magic. On the far side of the room, you can see where Tosh has actually built a pyre. There are torches on either side, and laid out just in front of all of you is a table, handful of chairs. I mean, this is nothing immaculate, kind of clearly thrown together, but there is food laid out as you're all given the chance to rest and do a proper pyre for Tyr. And I think Natasha kind of walks to the group of you, addressing all of you. She goes, take all the time you need. Whenever any of you are ready, just come to me at the mirror and we'll find where you're going. As she kind of just steps aside and steps over by the mirror, and she just kind of waits aside.
Oh shit, well I guess that means that I sing the song now. She's gonna look at Liam and go, you know, I'm really not a good singer, but like you kind of inspire me.
Listen, we'll have to write a few songs together when we get where we're going. But from the top, hold up his violin.
This isn't like a jaunty jig though, this is kind of sad one.
Yeah.
You ready? I don't know what the tempo is. I didn't get that far in my music book yet. I just multi-class with one level of bard at the end
Yeah,
here.
there you go.
So, you know. Well, is Oz in the room too?
Yes, he's here.
Yeah, all three
Did
of
we
you.
level up after the last episode?
I think we did.
Yeah, actually, you did.
Oh, that's funny.
So I multi-class with one level of bard. I don't know why, but just for flavor.
We'll just pretend. It's a game of make-believe. Everybody calm down.
It's a game of make-believe. But yeah, I think she's gonna approach the pyre. Has it been lit yet already, or is it just kind of like being
Nope,
prepared?
there are standing torches on either side. The honors going to whichever of you choose to do so.
Together?
Let's do it.
Hoping there's enough torches. Or I guess Liam and I could share a torch.
Oh, I was like, you could just cast Fireball, but that's wrong person. My bad.
Yeah, wrong game. No. I'm not a
I
pyromancer
got a
in this
firebolt.
one. I do a Firebolt.
Okay.
I mean, she's gonna turn to Oz and say, "I'll let it rip."
All right. Oz will firebolt with his one level of sorcerer.
Putting it to use right here at the finish line. We'd like to see it.
And I think as Kaylin watches that, she's also going to go ahead and cast. She has this ring that can do dancing lights. That she's just going to have kind of like just a little magical effect going off in it. And try and I think there's like 4 lights, so I think she's going to kind of try and make them in a T shape over the top of his pyre. And I think she will begin to sing a little song because for her, she kind of connects singing with Tyr, going all the way back to when she had just really met him at the carnival and had remembered this glorious tale of a hero named Tyr Firefist. And you know, part of the reason that they were able to successfully get to Prismere without too much trouble was through a little bit of luck and you know, telling the tale of Tyr Firefist. And
And a whole lot of improv.
Whole lot
On
of
the
that.
spot.
Okay, so just before I push this button, are we going with the new version or the old version?
Oh, I've got a
What?
different song.
Oh,
This one
Jesus.
was going to be just ad-libbed on here.
I'll send it then. That works for me.
Yeah, and I'll warn you all again, Kaylin's going to turn to the whole crowd of chat and say, again, I'm really only one level of bard, so like I'm kind of new to this.
Okay, not Kaylin breaking the fourth wall right now. What do you mean? All right, friends. It's like one of those shows where time stops, like Liam and Oz are like mid conversation, and Kaylin walks in front of the screen like, "Listen up, Chad." What the fuck? Please continue. Whew.
Lay down your sword, your battle's won. The stars will speak of all you've done. Fire fades, yet your flame remains to light our path and guide our way. Tyr the hero, may love guide you home. Rest, my friend, your journey done. And then she's going to just step away and hold on to Liam's hand and put her hand on Oz's back.
Yeah, and I think as you guys take a moment to just kind of look onward in reflection between the lights from the ring and the fire that's now fully grown, it's like you can see memories, visions, hard to entirely tell. But as you look onward, you see familiar faces that kind of dance in front of you, flash forward with the fire. You see that of a very familiar unicorn who now dances happily with kind of a celestial unicorn at its side, but they seemingly happy as they kind of gallop across water. You see that of a very large displacer beast with these incredibly large butterfly wings who playing with just that of a small kitten and couldn't be happier. You see a man who has a large kind of gash in his chest who plays music and sitting in front of that of a grave, but with a smile on his face. He seems at peace. You see two brothers, though you can only recognize them immediately as Hurley and Burley, at the carnival, raising kids, carrying them through the lanes, putting on every bit of show that you guys can imagine that they would put on. You see the familiar dandelion that you all know as Amador, just rocking out like nobody's business, got a bee flying around him, and got a sword at his hip like he has owned the world every step of the way. You watch as an elderly king sits upon a throne as he recollects to a time a bunch of strangers helped him light some torches so he could go home.
Oh, shit.
You watch as a bunch of Haringons revolt as they tie up this long blue scarf and they seal it to a tree and put him back exactly where he belongs. You watch an owl bear who is now attached to a chariot who sleeps peacefully waiting for the next time she gets to give someone a ride. You watch Witch and Light putting on another Witchlight Monarch ceremony in the center ring as they welcome all the newcomers and the returning people as they live on, carrying on an even bigger, better carnival than you could remember.
Fuck me. I forgot about the poor unicorn. I'm so glad I was so scared. We carried that poor unicorn in our bag, just a headless unicorn, or hornless unicorn just popping out for the last like 17 days of our journey. Oh fuck.
Oh.
Well, this is it. This is I'm, all of my lanes are officially closed. Everybody, the rabbit is taken down. I can exit this land to a whole new map.
Oh.
Holy shit!
I think I do think Kaylin's gonna turn to Tosh and say, okay, maybe like, I don't know, like processional music might be cool as we like go from this world to the next. Like, you know that song you and I came up with? Kind of like went over all of us.
He kind of nods. He goes, "You sure you want to go with that one?"
Damn.
Yeah. It was made with a lot of love for every person involved. A lot of love.
He
And you
kind
can
of raises a
roast-
brow and nods. Yeah, I mean, I think we can do that. We'll let you guys get situated, and then I'll see what I can do for you.
Feels fair. You're free to cut the plug at any point. You know, if he gets a little squirrely eyed, we can just, you know.
Oh God.
Oh yeah, what happened to the mushroom? Where's the mushroom? That's a good point.
I mean, there's hundreds of thousands of them that are all throughout. To find an individual mushroom would probably be a tough sell.
Okay.
There.
You know what? He kind of really led us astray there at the end, so maybe it's okay. I don't know.
He
But
did
are
put
they
us.
still corrupted?
Oh, that's true.
They won't be at the end of this. So the bit of this you guys got to remember is this is all going to take time to fix. So while things are changing in the moment, it's not a matter of, snap your fingers and everything's back to normal. That's why you've only got one wish instead of several. She's got a lot of things to do and a, short amount of time to do it. So
That's fair. Thank you. Truly. I mean, it kind of feels like you've been with me all along. But just every little twist and turn that this has taken in such an unexpected way. Again, to tell a story that I never could have imagined would be the story of my life. Thank you.
and she nods, and I think for one last time, we're going to have everyone roll initiative to see which way we approach the mirror.
Wait, what? Oh boy. Hold on, I gotta pull this up.
I don't know if it matters, but I rolled a 21.
You're rolling single dong. Oh, I gotta
Good Lord,
click
how do
my
I have a
trophy.
+8 to initiative? That's crazy. Still only got 10.
Less. Let's see what
Oh,
we
that's so funny. My little picture is still a Conan the Barbarian.
got. Kaylin's bringing the career. Oh.
All right. And I think just for fun, we're going to start with the lowest number first.
Hey!
Kaylin,
Thought.
as you approach, I want you to take a minute. And as you look into this mirror, this is not a mirror that will reflect anything, but a mirror that will show you and everybody else in this room the one place that you want to be at the time you want to be there. So I would like you to take a minute and describe what that place is, why Kaylin's going there, what she's going there for, etc.
Yeah. And I think obviously first thing is obviously, first thing she sees is just an emptiness, blackness, but a hand in hers. Because more than anything, it doesn't matter where in the world or the universe or the multiverse, what plane of existence that she goes. She just wants to make sure that she goes there with Liam. But then I think if she's able to linger a little bit longer, it starts to kind of fill in, fading in from black, 2 figures. As we walk towards them, their arms are outstretched, and it's my parents. My parents that I've had a pretty rocky relationship with up until this point, as they tried to shield me from the darkness of the dreaming dark for many years by trying to kind of separate me from my quarry self because they thought it was a large burden. And through this journey, I've come to understand why, that they were doing it to protect me and not because they didn't love me for who I was. And they see this handsome gentleman on my arm, and I think that more than anything, they were afraid of me being alone and being an outcast for being who I was. And so I just see these giant beaming smiles on their face as I hopefully at some point will be dragging my husband through. But for now, they're just happy to see me. And my father, who shared the same bond with Tosh, who I think has also probably broken that bond for, it's a familial bond with Kalishtar, where it's kind of inherited down the line. And so my father and I were the last 2 of Tosh's line. And I think that my father just probably sees this recognition of what's happened and probably a degree of understanding. I have a feeling that at some point Tosh has probably reached out across the telepathic bond and probably let him know, I'm guessing, what's happened. And for the first time in my life, I'm free, and they see that. And they see that I found somebody who loves me. And so I just go in and I give them a big hug and I say, do you know anything about starting a business?
Yeah, and I think before they even get to answer, I think as you guys, you're kind of standing probably outside of a house, street, what have you, sidewalk, general area. Before they even have a chance to answer, this young kid kind of sprinting, playing through the streets, accidentally running, and just, absolutely collides into you. And just, like, totally oblivious and totally careless, doesn't realize what he did, and he just kind of slams into you and goes, I'm really sorry. And we'll stop there as we go to Oz.
Okay.
Oz, you approach, and I know we talked a little bit, and you kind of mentioned a little bit about this valley, but describe it as Oz would be hoping for, and the things that he would hope to retire to.
Yeah, so I think what we see in the mirror is kind of a reflection of a desired life, a future life. Visually, you see in the woods a simple cabin. It's early morning, so lights filtering through the trees and reflecting off a gently flowing stream. You see Oz sitting down on the porch in a wooden rocking chair, just listening to the sounds with a cup of coffee in his hands. As the coffee is gone, he gets up, starts walking off the porch. An axe waits by the step, which he grabs and walks over to the log pile, begins splitting wood. Does that for a time, his breath misting in the cool air. Once he's done, he'll wipe down and head back inside. And as he's making breakfast, there's a knock on the door, and you hear Papa Oz as a little child pokes his head through. And little child comes in and says, I had a bad dream. And Oz says, want to tell me about it? Of course, little kid says no. And so how about some cocoa? Yeah. So Oz makes some cocoa for the little girl that came down from the treehouse, just up the way. Sits with her as she falls back asleep in his arms. And as time passes, you start hearing more kids' sounds filtering through the trees as the day goes on and the kids at the treehouse wake up. That's what you see.
Yeah, and I think for Oz specifically, at some point you'd probably be moving through this log cabin, and weirdly you find an envelope sitting on the counter. And we'll leave it there for the moment as we go to Liam. Liam, I think I'm going to turn it over to you here in just a moment, but a couple things happen, I think, as you approach this mirror, because I feel like while Liam only has a wish to be in one place, I do think his mind would at very least acknowledge a couple other places. And first and foremost, there's kind of a somber yet maybe relieving moment as you look on to that scene of a graveyard. You look on to see a young adult tiefling girl calmly sitting up against a stone that she's playing something. You can't really tell, but playing something and has left flowers there. And I think in the moment, you kind of watch her for a minute before you realize you know exactly who it is. She's just a little bit older now. And I think that's when it pieces together that some time has passed. It's been a little bit longer than maybe you think. And that's when you get a chance to read the actual tombstone she's leaned up against. And again, without, diving too much into it, he's at peace. He did everything for her that he did for you. And I think that's a fleeting moment as you also get a moment in the carnival as you watch another familiar face who, again, he's probably a little older than the last time you saw him, but he's shaking the hands of Witchlight. Looks like, man, he's got a desire in his eye. Man, he's got something. Can't really tell what it is, but man, he's got that look, and he's got something going. As he shakes the hand of both Witch and Light, who I think both of them you can see kind of shed a little bit of a tear as he heads out of the carnival and heads off on a journey of his own. And then with that, I will turn it to you to where does the mirror finalize for Liam?
Whew. Yeah. So it's actually really, really simple. He doesn't know what Ebron looks like. He's only ever heard stories of, and fleeting stories at that, chaotic entries in the journal of, Kaylin's mind, of course. So what you see in when Liam looks in the mirror is just her standing there.
Yeah, and I think, Liam, as you find yourself in this place, probably just a step or two away from Kaylin, not wanting to interrupt this moment as she's kind of, rejoiced in seeing her parents, you watch this young kid, man, as he just absolutely collides with her. And I think that's the moment that you'd probably step up, not in fear that she's hurt or whatever, but probably to check on the kid, probably check on her a little bit at the same time. And he's kind of apologizing profusely, right? He's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. They keep telling me I shouldn't be touching things and what have you, and I'm really sorry. And in the distance, you guys can hear a much older figure who calls out, "Hey, come on, dear, we got to get home. Mom's got dinner ready." As this little kid, he turns around and he goes, "Coming, Dad," as you see him run off with a little owlbear plush tucked in his backpack as he runs off to go join up with whoever it was that was yelling for him, assumingly his dad. But as he does, Liam, at your feet, out of his backpack falls an envelope.
Okay. I mean, I'll obviously pick it up and show it to Kaylin and be like, he dropped this.
open it.
Wait, isn't it the kids though? Why would we open his mail?
Oh, sorry.
Wait a minute.
Hold on, never mind. What's it say on the outside?
Does it say anything on the outside?
Yeah, on the outside, it absolutely says Liam and Kaylin.
What the fuck? It's the weirdest mail service I've ever received.
Honey, after everything we've seen, are you sure this is the weirdest thing?
You're right. Let's open it.
Yeah, and I think as you guys open the envelope, probably around the same time, I mean, galaxies apart, Oz is probably doing the same as you guys open these envelopes to find each of you has a single ticket to the carnival left in the envelope.
Oh, God.
That's so
Oh, fuck. Oh, jeez. Does it have a date?
No, they never did. I mean, these are the same tickets you guys saw how long ago that got you in, however long ago it was now.
Holy shit. Oh. I think Kaylin's gonna turn to Liam and say, I'm kind of the rash one, so you tell me what we do.
I mean, we should totally go, but I think first you should introduce me.
Oh, that's right, Mom, Dad, this is Liam.
But no, if you want to go, we should go. I should
Okay.
tell you though that we shouldn't expect to see Clapperclaw before I came in, and he's just going to describe, what he saw. He's on his own now, which is great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shoot. I still owe him like 3 broom rides.
Yeah, he might be out there finding his own broom at this point.
Who do you think sent this? Maybe we can find him. Maybe there's a mystical magical mail carrier. I don't know. Can we, like Harry Potter wizard, send him a freaking broomstick through an owl? Is that a thing here? Wait, I live here. I would know. I don't know. We came from a place where magical things are possible, but it's okay. You know what? I'm just really glad that he got out. He got to do apparently making business deals with Witchlight. Smart little cookie. Speaking of cookies, I was just asking them if they know how to start a business here. I don't know if there's like loans or if like we need to like register. I mean, the Towering Woods kind of like, it's a pretty small place. But I feel like if we, I don't know, set up the bakery here and then maybe we can tour for a while. And I bet you got some great songs to write after everything we went through.
I do have one in mind.
She's going to look and say, still got a little bit of that devilish tendency in you, don't you?
Oh, you bastard. I didn't know he's going to do that. God damn it. So good. So good.
Well,
So, I mean, are we actually doing this carnival thing? Like, is that a real thing?
just to confirm, are these our tickets from when we went, or are these
Yeah.
like fresh tickets to come
No,
again?
these would be new tickets if you guys ever wanted to go back.
How about this? I think we talked about with Oz in 8 years or so.
Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, I guess it doesn't mean that we get them like we can go right this second, right? We have to wait.
Mm-hmm. We can go, and in the meantime, I've got some really big plans for this bakery, and I think Kaylin's probably going to set off. One, just kind of filling in her parents on this grand adventure, and probably talking a little bit about the Dreaming Dark and the fact that it kind of seemed to have infiltrated a little bit into Prismere, and that she really like understands for the first time the the threat that they were trying to protect her from, and also just like a little bit of trepidation, I think, about the fact that she no longer has the psychic abilities that would have perhaps been helpful to defeating the Dreaming Dark directly. But that she also feels like, I don't know, I mean, if the Dreaming Dark's foothold in this world was this idea that people forgot about the power of dreams and the power of loving people over distrusting them, and I don't know, I've been pretty inspired by Liam, and something tells me that maybe if we just offer a shelter for weary travelers and a song to fulfill their heart and inspire them, I don't know, maybe that'll go a long way. What do you think, Liam?
I think it's a beautiful vision, and I'm beside you every step of the way.
Good. Because boy, oh boy, do I have a lot of steps in mind. So first of all, I think that we need to make sure that we incorporate the idea of dream come true, because here's the really big problem is the fact that if ever Tosh comes back to Eberron, it's really important that we like put an IP on this and that nobody else can come up with dream come true, because otherwise he's going to look it up on Eberron Eats and there's going to be like 3 or 4 of them spread across. And I want to make sure that he knows to come to the right one.
I think Liam's just gonna laugh and again just shake his head, and even though he understood 4 words in total in that entire spiel, he's just happy to be where he's at.
And then, I mean, I don't know. I had a couple of fun ideas for themed pastries. I mean, I know we talked about we couldn't decide between Donut Daddy or Papa Oz's pastries. I think maybe some tiramisu might go a long way too.
That is pretty incredible. Oh, that does ring a question. Like, was that kid named Tyr? What are the odds?
Yeah, that was strange, wasn't it? Huh. You know, usually uncertainty makes me scared, and I feel like I have this incessant need to know everything, because it's the only way to feel some small sense of control over a life and a world that's felt so out of my own control. But maybe in this moment, I'm okay with the little mystery.
I agree. We have all the time in the world to unravel it.
Well, I am going to look to my DM Jesus and ask, is now a good time for a time jump to a time in which we have already set up the bakery? Or should we pause?
That's up to you. The only thing that I have left is a song that you've asked for, so
Have I?
whether you would like
boy.
that now or later would be up to you.
You know what? I think we're going to go out on that as a final after or before Liam's song at the very end.
Oh, he done played.
Oh,
He just played it. That's why I surprised.
Yeah,
Is it playing?
it was kind of fitting in the moment, so I just kind of ran with that one.
I
I'm
like
not gonna
that.
lie.
Oh, yeah.
Great.
We're going to keep going. Well, yeah, then I think that we do fast forward a few years.
If I could, though,
there
I
has
do
been-
want to like explain the
Oh, yeah.
relevance of that. If I could, the whole dang campaign, Ace has been teasing me with "The night does not belong to God," and I was like, you know what? We have to go out on Euclid because it's a callback to that song. It's like the continuation. Anyway, that's just for my sleep token nerds who end up watching this. That's why I picked it. You're welcome. I'm welcome. I did it for me. It's fine. Please continue. it really was the second selfish thing I did in this campaign. So.
It was the first one, silence.
The first one was silence, yes. Though that was thrust upon me more than me choosing it, but you know, I'm cool with it.
Incredible. It's so funny.
Thanks, Pixel. I appreciate you, baby.
Oh, you two are married in the next one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that we have, if we fast forward probably about 7 or maybe 8 years or so, it has been kind of a trying time on Eberron. The Dreaming Dark was certainly threatened by what it saw in terms of Prismere, a place that had turned into a bit of a nightmare, being turned back into the dream or the sanctuary that it was meant to be, a place, I assume, that has since been cleaned up, being, got a new resident with Papa Oz, who is certainly a force of good there, even in retirement. A lot of beautiful stories that were told from that. And Kaylin's, wonderful husband Liam has become a bit of a well-known bard in the area. He kind of he was the author of a bunch of songs that, when folks heard, was just a reminder of the fact that, one, everybody deserves to be loved, but also was just a real inspiration to this idea of creating a dream even in the midst of nightmares. And I think that, again, Kaylin hasn't been able to directly play a role, but I think that she and Liam have perhaps started a family. And so I think that when we rejoin them 7 or 8 years later, we do find them at their bakery, which, has become a bit of a staple of the area. The Towering Wood is where they live out in Varna. It's quite far removed from the main area of the Dreaming Dark's influence over in Sarlona, which is on the other side of the world. But those tales have reached far and wide, and there's kind of tales told of these ovens that burn with an otherworldly glow, and tales that are told around the fire. A lot of people come here who are weary to rest. People who had lost faith or lost hope in the fact that a nightmare can turn into a dream if you just hold on to the ones that you love and see the good in them. There's merchants who would carry loaves across Corvair, saying that a belly full of warm bread can keep nightmares at bay. And then Liam's songs, from this man who was once plagued by shadows, these tales of somebody who literally fought demons, who faced them and seems to have won. In the halls of Sharn and the taverns, you have his songs that are sung out as beacons of hope and inspiration. And I think that in that, Kaylin and Liam and all the people who had been fighting continued to fight. And I think that as we come upon them, Kaylin and Liam have decided that building their family is the right thing for right now. And so I think that we come upon them in Dream Come True. We have some of these haggard travelers coming in. It's a small hut, again, on the edge of the Towering Wood of Varna, has really built up. There's a lot of shacks that are kind of refuges. You can go take a shower there. I'm assuming everyone has something like a shower. There is a couple of booths that you can request. It does cost a little bit. There's kind of like you have to pay a tipping system, but if you want, you can go to the magical shower where you pull a cord and all of your clothes magically taken off of you and washed.
Gee, how'd you come up with this idea? Well, let me tell you.
Let me tell you. And on the walls, there is a little bit of a placard telling the history of this, how these showers where the inspiration for these showers came from. And
kids is how I met your dad.
That's how I met.
Oh God.
And then. Again, and when you come, really, we have found a way to put all of our money towards ensuring that anybody that comes that isn't able to pay is given free meal and free place to stay. And also, if you want to come visit our bakery, we have some really delectable goods that we would like to offer. And so you'll come and you'll find Kaylin is hurriedly working behind the scenes, using some of her druid craft and everything to make sure that the conditions are just right for the butter, so that the butter collates exactly the way it should with the sugar. And she's got this draconic spirit that's in the back, like whipping up, bits of dough and whatnot. And then she's going to yell up at Liam, who's at the front of the cash register of Dream Come True, with all these little kids that are running around and stuff. And she's going, Liam, did you talk to Oz about not stealing Elfie's Clapperclaw?
Yeah, I totally did that. Hey, Oz, come here. By the way, you'll see him kind of like duck down behind the corner, like, don't tell your mom, but.
and you'll see these little kids who some of them have bright blonde hair, and some of them have this dark, a little bit of a darker complexion with kind of like almost like pinky red skin, and dark brown hair. And you see again the oldest one is named Tyr. And then there's 3 other ones who are all running around, causing various degrees of chaos. You've got Elfie, who's got one hand in the Tasha's tarts drawer. You know, you can't tell if he's going to refill them or take one, or maybe he's doing a little bit of both at the same time. maybe pocketing, a little bit of a side piece as he's going through to refill them. And then you've got Oz, which is surprisingly the youngest one and the most rowdy of them all, who is really just causing chaos. And they're holding on to this little stuffed, I guess, teddy bear. But it's not really a teddy bear. It's kind of like, again, it's got this like little bit of a skeleton head. Kind of looks like a straw man, giant crab claws on the end of it, but clearly a very loved possession. It's got like one eyeball hanging out of it because it's been loved so hard and for so long. Maybe was thrown in a fire at one point, because of course it's brought on all the camping trips with them. And and so Kaylin's like a little bit hurried and just like, oh, for heaven's sake, did we refill? Oh, blast! What does it even matter? You know what? It's okay. We'll come up with a new menu if we run out of these ones. It's okay. But wait, I'm missing someone. Where's my other child? I'm missing a child. We've got Tyr, Oz, and Elfie, and Tasha, where are you? And you see Tasha comes out from like around the corner and is like, yes, mom. And she's like in the you can see her. She's like hidden kind of like to the side of the oven, and she's got this giant book, and she's been like trying to hide, but like she now knows she can't hide anymore. And it's just called she has a book that she's now titled the Nami Namicon, which is just a book of of her favorite
God
recipes that she's come up with. And she goes, yes, mom. She said, honey, I know you're working really hard on that book, and I'm so proud of you for taking a dream that you have and like trying to bring it into the world. But could you please go rile up your brothers and just make sure that they kind of sit in a corner for.
Oh no!
Read to them my favorite recipe. Yes, dear. Please go read to them your favorite recipe. I'd really love. Okay, mom. And she's
time out.
Yes, time.
Wait, I'm having some internet issues. Hold on, I don't want to miss any of this.
Oh no!
This is like the worst time for this to happen. Why would you do this?
No. And with that, we're on an ad break.
Okay. Holy shit, that was like a bad time. The last thing I heard was the Nami Con, and then it went. Pfft. I was like, oh god.
Oh no. Yeah. Anyway, she just she asked Tasha to go ahead and round up her brothers and go sit them in the corner and play teacher or something, just to get their hands out of all of the, Papa Oz's cream puffs, whatever we called them, puff pastries. And then I think we're going to skip forward a little bit more. And, it's the end of a long week. There's kind of an annual pilgrimage where a lot of folks will come again. We kind of put on this big parade of Dream Come True. We have a lot of shows that we host. You typically will release a new album or something around this time of year or something.
An album release party. Love it. Holy shit.
And so we come up on them and again, they're kind of a little bit tired, but reflective. Again, it's from the looks of the newspapers. The headlines are reading signs that the Dreaming Dark may be near its end. And I think Kaylin's kind of looking back and just like with a little bit of trepidation going, God, do you think it's really going to happen? Do you think the turning of the age is here?
It's hard to tell, but if I've learned anything over these past several years, is that people have a lot of hope, and I think that goes a long way. So, could be.
I mean, something I've wanted to ask you for a long time, but I think I've been perhaps a bit scared, but nobody really knows what happens with the turning of the age. And I know that in Eberron, our souls go one place, and gods, I don't know where my soul will go now. With the Kalishtar, it's different. I don't know where mine will end up. But I assume that Toril has its own afterlife. I mean, where do you think we'll get to be together? Or is this our one life?
Yeah. So I mean, I imagine this conversation is maybe happening in the store after it's closed or something. And Liam kind of leans back in his chair and kind of puts his hands here. I think I told you one time that Cauldron taught me everything I know about this sort of thing, but we never really talked about the afterlife much. We talked about demons and devils, sure, because we figured that's where we were headed, right? I know even less about this place. But what's this, the third realm I've been to be next to you? What's fighting through a couple more? If my soul ends up somewhere different, I'll just have to go on another journey, I guess.
And at this moment, I think you're going to see, kind of rounding the corner, a little pitter patter, still holding the one-eyed clapper claw. Clearly, it seems its second eye has popped out. Clearly, they've been fighting over it. And it's little Oz, who's about 3 at this time, because he's the youngest. And he goes, Daddy, could we go to Carnival in the morning? I saw tickets.
And I think Liam will look to Kaylin like, wait, is that tomorrow?
Gods, I guess it has been 8 years. I mean, yeah. Oh, time really flies, doesn't it? You know what? Sure, honey. Sure. Except I don't know. I don't know if we have enough tickets for everyone. You know what? We'll make a carnival. We'll make a carnival for us. Okay, that sounds good. I just want to make sure that I get to go and nobody else does. This is just want to make sure that's the case. Okay, thanks, Mommy. He's gonna go back to bed.
Holy moly.
You know, he's the last child. He just wants to feel special in some moments. It's really kind of tough being the last kid. 4 of them. And so, yeah, I think that maybe they do go to the carnival. And I'm not sure if I just keep going. I mean, I can make up a story.
Well, honestly, I kind of feel like, unless anybody else has anything to add, I feel like maybe everybody, finding their way back to a carnival that's in a much better place. Something that's not ruled by an evil pact, that's not twisted or jaded, but is everything that Witch and Light ever hoped it would be, and then some. They've got the backing, if you will, to really make it everything they ever hoped. And I think for the people who have been there before, it's better than you can remember. And for the people who have never been there before, it's something they'll never forget.
Did Oz happen to show up at the carnival?
Yeah, Oz made it.
I think Kaylin's just going to embrace him with a strange calmness about her that you haven't seen. I think over the last 8 years, she still can get a little stressed. But I think that in everything that's happened, that she also feels like a deep sense of belonging and purpose and grounded to who she is and what her life has meant, and the way that all of the people who were part of the story kind of shaped her. She tells Oz all about what a little troublemaker her little Oz is.
And I think as probably somewhere in there while Kaylin is probably talking to Oz, off, just far enough in the distance, you can see a man with a pumpkin head. Well, I should say a bugbear with a pumpkin head, yelling at one of the kids, "Oh, come on, don't eat the grass, come on."
Please. Who's eating the grass? Lay it on me.
I feel like if you guys were to look up, it's probably little Oz, who's now had his turn.
Jesus.
So incredible.
I seen it coming. I really did.
Kaylin's just gonna kind of turn back and go, no chance that you happen to have also written a parenting book in your time off, have you?
Did not do that.
Okay. Yeah.
Incredible.
Oh, it's beautiful. Now remind me, does this place get night? I forget how time works here. It's like, it's the weird demi-plane, isn't it?
Yeah, so the carnival's there for 8 hours for one night.
Huh. How about a little truth or dare to go out for the night?
Oh dear.
I'm just kidding. Honestly, I'm too tired. But I think she is probably going to ask Oz, like, how are things? Are you back with your? Well, I mean, what did he end up being? Was it your mom, or it was a little complicated, right?
No, yeah.
Yes.
You're asking about Will, who was
The Will,
really my
yes.
mother.
Yes.
Yeah, she's gone. After everything that happened there. Was basically freed from whatever state she was in. So she's in a better place and has been for some time. So I didn't get to go back to see her. I've just been near the treehouse in my own little spot. Lots of quiet mornings and sometimes chaotic afternoons. Close enough to the treehouse to still be involved when I want to be and get some rest when I need it. Every once in a while, take some of the kids out on a little chariot ride with that owlbear we met, and they have a good time.
Tell you what, if you weren't a little bit, I wish you were a little bit closer, extra dimensional planar shift and everything required to come visit you. Tell you what, I'd send my kids to that summer camp if you.
Anytime.
I'll let you know when I've cracked it. I think that Tasha is trying, although I think that she is working on how to have a cherry tartlet that you just are able to continually eat and never have to run out of, you don't run into, economies of scale issue where if you have 17 tarts, you get tired of the tart. I think she's trying to unlock, how do you have 17 tarts and still feel fine? So, that seems to be her specialty. But if she ever decides to put her mind to interplanar travel and find us a quick ticket, I'll be sure to come visit you first.
All right, bring some tarts.
Promise I will. Oh, actually, I don't know if they're still good or if this is like a weird thing that happens where you come into this realm and there aren't some, but we did. These are actually our best sellers, I think, Donut Daddy's donut holes.
All right.
Considering that
Thank
seems to be
y'all.
what Elfie likes to steal out of the door the most, I'd say that you're probably right on the money.
I can tell you, these are Elfie's favorites.
That's beautiful.
You'll have to find
And I
that.
think probably as you guys are talking, actually, I think at some point, specifically Witch and Light are kind of like frantic walking through the lanes as they bump into Liam and the rest of you. And you can see almost an immediate look of relief on their face. Oh my God, this is perfect. You guys, you can. Holy crap. Okay. As he like quickly pulls out his watch, he goes, "We don't got much time. You better fill him in. I'm gonna go take care of it." As he snaps his watch closed, and Mr. Witch walks away. But Light turns to each of you and goes, "I really hate to do this to all of you, but listen, I had this, long-standing bard who came here, and he played for me on a regular basis and filled one of the time slots. He recently went to go take care of a thing. I have an empty slot and people waiting. Would you guys just? I mean, any song, anything? Surely you know something that you guys could just tell him a story."
I tell you what, this is such a relief. I was afraid you were about to ask us to go on another adventure. And let me tell you what, my adventuring days are behind me. A song we can do.
As you can see, just this huge sigh of relief as he's, oh my God. Okay, we're back on schedule. When you guys, whenever you get a moment, I'm gonna go get them warmed up. You guys feel free to make your entry. And take it off. The show is yours. Whatever, again, any song, whatever you guys can come up with. I just need to fill a time slot, and I can't trust anybody else.
Works for me.
Aye, aye, Captain.
I was very scared we were about to be recruited again. I was like, oh no.
I gotta send you back to the future.
Yeah.
Marty!
Roll for initiative.
Shit! All right, well, looks like no rest for the wicked, as they say. And he's going to start tuning up, I guess.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like unless anyone else wants to chime in, I think the kids probably sit in the stands as, the rest of you make your way out there. And I think we exit to the only song that I have left, unless anyone objects.
Kaylin's gonna look at Liam one more time. You have a moment to say no.
Wait, what?
What?
A moment to say no to what?
Oh, you know.
Just kidding.
Nothing. Roll the tape.
What?
Yeah, and I think Kaylin taking the lead. This is the song we go out on.
Whew. Oh, gods.
That's why I asked. Stars in the sky. Our journey's done. Friends by my side. Through dark we've run. All's calm and kind. Your prayers are shield. Wisdom you gave to us. And wounds you healed. Elfie our flame. From mask to mane. Through every form of yours. Our friendship stays. Liam, our song. Through demons' flame. You faced the dark to sing again. Tear, fire, fist. Our true hero. He raged into the night to free us all. Now we must part. Our tale is done. But in the stars above, we're always one. Love you guys.
Damn it.
So good.
Brooke cheered him on.
Got him.
And it really just continues musically for the next minute and a half to really just let it sink in. This is the end.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
God.
I think not to steal your seat, VP, but maybe we tell everybody who we've been one last time.
Hell yeah, brother. All right. Well, guys, I got to. Oh, okay. This is really loud on my side. Hold on, just one second. Oh, you got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Y'all, get in, losers. We're going crying. That's right. Hell yeah. I have a piece I want to say after this, but y'all, I've been Vincent Page. For the last time, I've been Liam, your tiefling Valor Bard. Incredible. Just incredible.
And I'm Ace. I've been everybody from a couple carnival owners to a scarecrow to one of the most notorious casters in all of D&D. And it's been a great time.
Just that small person.
Yeah, I'm Jason. Had a great time playing Oswald Halloway, or Papa Oz, our Order Cleric.
Yeah, I am Kaylin. And before I go all the way, I do just want to say that I think at the end of their long and quiet lives, raising children and grandchildren under the shade of the towering wood, when the time came on the material plane and their time there was finally at an end, I think Kaylin got an answer to that question that she posed to Liam of where they would end up. This one night they held hands and closed their eyes together, and when they awoke, found themselves not in Delore or Kyber, or thankfully not the Abyss, but instead found themselves on Dalcor, the realm of dreams. For their part in overturning the dreaming dark and giving a quarry a body again, they had been granted the gift of an afterlife spent in a shared dreamscape, spun for them alone. No more nightmares or demons, only an eternity of starlit fields, the scent of warm bread and music drifting like songbird. A dream without end in which they could forever lay beneath the stars, hand in hand. I've been Kaylin, your previously Kalishtar, now very human, Circle of Stars druid.
Okay.
Yeah, follow that tier. No. Maybe she should have went last this time. No, I'm just kidding. Please go ahead.
Yeah, so I'm Skynet. I have been playing Tier Fire Fist, the half orc barbarian, and yeah, it was an absolute blessing. Been best campaign I've ever played so far. So
Hell yeah. Let's do it again.
Hell yeah, dude. Incredible. First thing I got to draw to attention is Jason's amazing final picture. So good. So good. But real talk, I'm gonna try to get through this pretty quick. This has been a pretty emotionally charged thing, so I'm not gonna drag it out too much. But just to continue what Skynet was saying, this has actually been truly amazing. It's not often that a D&D group actually finishes a campaign. It really is like the unicorn of the D&D world, because adults, life happens, life gets busy, messy, and all that. But I appreciate every single one of you guys. You're the best. I love you all so dearly. Thank you to the players for making this an amazing story. And of course, we got to thank Ace for putting up with our chaotic asses and spinning such an incredible story with us. And I really, really do appreciate you guys. You've been amazing. So I do want to take this chance also to say that I know we had some new people in. I don't know if you're still here. This was probably a lot. The whole campaign's been this way, but if you've seen this and this is like your first look at us playing D&D, you're like, what the fuck? This whole campaign is on my YouTube in a playlist together. I'm gonna upload this one and probably get it exported and uploaded by tomorrow. So if you guys want to go and check that out, it is Raha. This is obviously, if you're watching this on YouTube, you done found it. But if you watch this live, this is a link to the YouTube if you guys want to go and give it a look. I don't think I'm missing too much other than don't forget
that while Liam and Elfie and Oz and Kaylin and Tyr's story is done, the rest of us as real people are still playing lots of D&D. We've got the oh fuck yeah. Thanks Ace for giving Pixel more ammo against me specifically. Love that.
I mean,
for
listen,
me.
Pixel gave me all kinds of stuff that I was able to use. So, it's really a circle of life at this point.
And he fucking used it, by the way. Every campaign I finish is just another tally in the VP trauma column. It's really great. I forgot where I was going with that. Don't forget Waterdeep, guys. Obviously, for you guys who came and watched this afterward, we're still doing Waterdeep Dragon Heist with Pixel over with AOA, which is great. And I am going to go ahead and say it again. You'll have to miss Ace for a little bit, but he will be back in the DM chair in the very near future for Call of the Netherdeep. Let's go. The cast will be mixed up just a little bit, but Ace will be back in the seat. Jerry, a rat from the death. Could you imagine? I actually did have Pixel, real quick, if I could, can I tell them what I thought? No, I can't. I actually can't. No, I answered my own question. I can't do it.
Go ahead. No, do it.
Did you finally figure out that Jerry's another sentient rat from a different campaign that Pixel ran?
Strahd.
Well, something like that. I thought it was something, and it turned out to not be, but it was a reference. He like did this reference to where, so whenever Jerry was talking about his favorite kind of books to read, he was making a reference towards Steph Scriven, which was Pixel's character in Horde of the Dragon Queen that we did. So, like, I clocked that as soon as he said it. I'm like, oh my fucking God. Like, you're talking about Steph, and that was really great. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. Guys, you've been amazing.
Was that what you noticed today? Because I was like,
Yeah,
what?
I was like, you're talking about
I
Steph
had no
Scriven.
idea I was like, I missed it.
Listen, he's already hit us with Fox, which was one of his characters. We've met Osmandius, which was the guy from the other campaign. We've heard about Bill. So I was like,
Yeah.
we're fixing to get hit with another one. I just thought for sure it's what it was going to be.
I'm loving this universe crossover though, because really we would have been dead without the pull in that Ace did with I Brought Friends.
Yeah, bro, that was really good. I guess that just for the last time, is there any closing words anybody has before I send us all out?
Just truly love y'all.
Yeah, I was gonna say honestly, guys, it's been a blessing to play this campaign with you guys.
Yeah, I mean, DM inspiration for everybody for finishing a campaign,
Oh yeah.
That's a rare feat in and of itself.
I might not ever get to fucking use it, but I'm gonna put it on there.
I'm going out with that.
All right. We're out, y'all. This has been Wild Beyond the Witchlight. You guys have a great night. Later.